What's up, family? Let me give you my recap. It's your boy Urban Sports Guru. Give you my recap of the division round. Okay, my recap of the division round. We seen Jacksonville against Kansas City. I took Jacksonville with the points, and it worked. One of the reasons why I took Jacksonville, and I didn't speak about this in my previous video, is that Doug Peterson has a way of fucking up spreads. I've been on the other end of Doug Peterson fucking up spreads, and it's cost me money. So that meaningless field goal at the end did not surprise me. I told y'all they're going to cover. They had opportunities not just to cover, but opportunities to win the game. They did. Kansas City, their corners leave a lot to be desired. They're playing better defensively, but I still don't trust their defense, especially coming next week going against Cincinnati. The pass rush is good, but I don't trust their defense. Their run defense, I don't trust their defense. Patrick Mahomes is the best player in football. He's the best quarterback in football. And I think that performance solidified, even though MVP is a regular season award. If there was any doubt who's the MVP, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's out there, one ankle, doing jump passes. There's nothing you can do with this guy. And, okay, my whole thing was defensively with Jacksonville. Travis Kelce is his best target. Why are you not double teaming him? Make Juju or these other guys beat you. That's what I want to see moving forward. What happens when someone really brackets and doubles Travis Kelce? Because Travis Kelce had like 14, 15 catches. Take away Travis Kelce, then what? That's what I want to see the adjustment. Because you can't do that with Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow has so many weapons. If you take away Chase, he has Higgins, he has another guy, he has Hurst, he has two good running backs. Well, that covers that game. The other NFC game, my Giants was completely outgunned. And as I said, if Jalen Hurts is healthy, the game won't be close. And it wasn't. I mean, it looked like JV versus varsity, and I'm not surprised. Because this is what you saw early in the season when they played at MetLife. The Eagles are the most talented team in football, and they look like it. And Eagles they looked like the juggernaut that we've seen all year. They look like the kind of team that, even with an injured quarterback's not 100%, you don't have to lean on the passing game. You have the best offensive line in all of football. Even with a hobbled Lane Johnson, who's the best right tackle in all of football. You have a hobbled offense. You have the best O-line in all of football. You could just lean on that running game. Just lean on the run game. They ran for what? 260 yards. Just lean on the run game. Lean on the run game and that great defense. What makes that great defense so great, they have 8 guys on that D-line that they could just churn in that can rush the passer. They've had 4 guys this year record over 10 sacks. And think about it. 4 guys record over 10 sacks. None of them are named Robert Quinn. None of them are named Fletcher Cox. That tells you how deep that front line is. Then you have 2 Pro Bowl caliber corners. I believe they both made the Pro Bowl, but Darius Slay is All-Pro. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he was on his way to being All-Pro, but he got injured. I mean, I think he still led the league in interceptions, and he ain't play half the year. He's back. Like, they can beat you in such a multitude of ways. So it's like, if you're stuffing the run, they can throw it deep. They have targets. They have a plethora of targets. So if you take one guy out of the game, you took it with a first read. If you double A.J. Brown, you got the other receiver from Alabama. You got tight ends. Eagles are the most talented team in football. It is going to be the joy to watch Philly and San Fran next week. It really is, because those teams, top to bottom, are just really and truly stacked and can beat you in such a multitude of ways. It's going to be a joy to watch that game next week. Now, then we have Cincy beating Buffalo. I am not surprised by that. I took Cincy. I'm not surprised by that because Joe Burrow is just nothing seems to faze this dude. Absolutely nothing phases this guy. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing phases this dude. And I stepped out my bedroom By the time I came back into the bedroom, it was 14 zip already. Buffalo's defense, and I tweeted this last week, is looking like food. I tweeted that last week. Check me on Twitter. Last week I tweeted that during the Miami game. The fact that y'all let, a third string quarterback push y'all like that? Joe Burrow coming to town with those weapons? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And Cincinnati's defensively, they stop you from getting big plays. They make you go the length of the field. That's what makes them so dangerous, and especially come playoff time against good teams. They make you go the length of the field. You have to be perfect. That's where the challenge is going to be, because I think Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs may fare better this year than last year, because last year, having Tyreek Hill, you was able to rely on big plays. This year, Patrick Mahomes got even better because he didn't go for big plays. They matriculated down the field, which is what Cincinnati forces you to do. They actually may do better this year because of that. But taking that into the equation, the way Cincinnati defense played, but you have to salute Cincinnati's offensive line. Cincinnati's offensive line has been the Achilles heel these last 2 years, and they dominated the line of scrimmage. If Cincinnati is going to be dominating the line of scrimmage like that, I don't know why you beat them. I don't. Joe Burrow had all day to throw for the most part, and they was able to dominate the line, where the second half, they didn't even have to let Joe Burrow do anything. They was just running the football. Nothing cute. Just running the ball. You got two good running backs. Just run the ball. Josh Allen, this is a disappointing season for Buffalo with everything that's happened. And the fact that they were in the preseason, you looked at that roster and you were like, damn. You looked at that roster, you're like, damn, this team should win the Super Bowl. I never bought into the hype. I'm not blind. I could acknowledge how great that roster is, but I didn't buy into the hype. But when I look at Buffalo, for the life of me, I've been saying this the last 2-3 years now. You've got to get Josh Allen a running game. You have to get him better lineup. You got to give him a running game. So much of what they do is just relying on Josh Allen to do Josh Allen things, which is making the kind of throw that him and maybe only one other quarterback in the league can make. They're relying too much on that instead of being able to run the football. In the playoffs, when we play against teams that take away those kind of wild plays, you need to have more substance. And the fact that you've seen this somewhat with Patrick Mahomes, the difference is Patrick Mahomes has Andy Reid, who knows that. Who does Josh Allen have? His head coach is a defensive coach. He's had some great offensive coaches, my guy Brian Dable. But you don't have to be able to be a dominant run game. Chiefs are running the ball better this year. But you got to be able to sprinkle it in, something. And I think that ultimately was their downfall. That's my take. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute. Oh, I got a separate video for those Dallas Cowboys. You'll see. Salute.